Welcome to The Connect with your hosts, Christina Lee, Krista Escamilla, Shauna Garcia, and me, Natalie Cargile. We inspire, we influence, and we network. Are you ready to slay this new week? Let's go.
Well, happy Saturday. Welcome to the Connect Show on Fox 24. Here with some business besties, three business besties, and we have the Claudia Mota filling in for Krista Escamilla on your Saturday. Welcome, Claudia.
Hi, guys.
So happy to have you. And Claudia, as you know, here on the Connect, Saturdays are about success. So very excited to welcome you to the show and have you join the conversation. We're always looking to bring interesting, inspiring topics each week. And you have a blog called Jefa Latina, and you focus on Latina business women across the Permian Basin. You're also sharing their local events, perhaps their new businesses, if they have something fun and new launching, and just their success stories and more. So what did you feel like was missing in the blog space that you had to create such a network for Latin women?
I wouldn't say necessarily in the blog space, but just mainly in our actual community. I feel like Latino women, we grew up very different, especially first generation Latino women, because our parents come from way different cultures where they're just trying to get us through high school, make sure we don't get pregnant, and then get married.
That's it. Right.
No, we never talked about college at home. We never talked about bettering ourselves. We just kind of knew that we were just destined to get married, have kids, be a caretaker, and a housewife. And that was it. And so, in years back to now, a few years back, I started seeing a lot of Latina women, getting out of that shell, perhaps, hiring their education, making businesses. And it really makes me really proud because I'm like, this is what it should be all along. Just like everybody else, we have a lot to offer too. And so I'm like, why not create a space where I can showcase these women and just let it be known, no more stereotypes within the Latino community. Like we are bad and we are good and we know what we know and we do what we do and we do it with so much passion. Why not showcase that? And why not showcase everybody's different trials to get to where they are?
I love that. Awesome. I love it. And I love how you say not just only in the blog space. And I highlighted that space because you are a blogger and Jefa Latina is your blog. But I agree, in the community as well, it is so important for minorities to have a voice. I love what you're doing. Love it.
Well, and I think to expand on just culture as a woman in general.
Yes.
Now women are becoming partners with the men.
Yes.
Versus staying home. And in the Latino culture especially, I have lots of friends. I grew up, I was married into it. So it is a culture, and I think that's awesome that you're trying to bring awareness and just letting them know they have a position in the world too, besides what the culture has said in the past. And like a lot of our members, you stay at home and you work from the house. How do you figure out how to manage your time and work productively instead of getting caught up in all the household duties?
It's an ongoing battle, honestly, because especially now that we have the kids at home 24/7, virtual learning and stuff, it's like, where do you draw the line? Where can you say, I'm going to take these 10, 15 minutes and, sit down and do some work, or, I got to tend to I have a toddler, she's 3, and I have a 10-year-old, he's in 5th grade. So I always feel like either or will need me for something, whether it's a snack or help with homework. And so I have to really prioritize. For me, what's mainly been working is getting up early and going to bed late.
Right. And Claudia, I love how you mentioned passion. My mom is Cuban, I'm half Cuban, and there's just a certain kind of passion that comes with that. When did you decide that you were going to be passionate about what you're doing now and just decided to start doing it?
Well, I'm 30 years old. And when I turned 29 a year ago, almost a year ago, I thought to myself, why have I not dived into this? Because it's always been a passion. It's always been something that I've been passionate about is, meeting other women and doing things like this. But when I turned 29, it was kind of like the turning point. It was like, okay, so what am I doing? Like, I need to really actually sit down and focus on what it is that I need to do. And I've had a lot of Latina women that, have reached out to me, and they want to do it, and they want to do interviews, and they want us to showcase their business. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, like we just need a little spokesperson to like get out there and show them that it can be done.
Well, and what I also just want to add is that just because you think it's important to highlight your community and women of your culture, it doesn't mean that other cultures don't matter.
Not at all. Not at all. Like I said, it's to highlight what my passion is. And, you could highlight your passion, and Shauna can highlight her passion, and Krista can, highlight her passion. And it wouldn't mean anything other than this is just what I like and what I enjoy and what feeds my fire, and that's it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, and it's a direct link to who you are and your family, and it's what you know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We speak on what we know. That's when we speak the truth.
Yeah.
So, I'm at a point to be 29 again. Oh, if only. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm making a lot of changes, and I'm changing careers, and I'm changing location, and just midlife. That's where I'm at, to be honest. I'm in a midlife point in my life. So systems are so important. And I had been working from the house since COVID, basically. And I think without systems, a lot of time gets wasted. So do you have systems that you implement so that you don't waste that day?
I just try my best to be as productive as possible in the time that I have when I have it. There's no set schedule for me at the moment because, as long as my kids are home, I can't have a schedule. I mean, they're my life.
Yeah.
So.
Right. And kids are a constant source of distraction. What things have you found that you, with kids in tow, have been able to get done, or how have you been able to do that?
It's been a wild ride having the kids in tow because, like I mentioned earlier, they have needs too, and they have wants. I almost feel a little bit guilty if I do try to take a little bit of time to myself, just because I know they're home and I know they're here. And I don't want to take away from being with them because I don't want them to feel shut out.
Well, what I like that you said is that you wake up early, you go to bed late.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for moms that work from home, those are truly the two secrets to success. I wake up, for years it's been 5 a.m., but lately it's been about 4:15. It just gives me an extra 45 minutes to just handle what I need to handle. And if I can, when my kids nap, I'll take a nap too. And that helps re-energize me for my second half of the day and not going to sleep until maybe 10 o'clock. So I can just spend that time getting it in and reminding myself and my children that you are the most important thing in my life. You have the top priority. So I love what you said there. Claudia Mota, you're good, girl. I'm excited for so much more with you. Well, still to come, have you been considering maybe getting into the world of design, but maybe you don't know how to get started? Emily Chestnut, she is going to share the pros and the cons to starting your own design business, coming up next.
Welcome to this week's Minute with Marcy. Today we are in our holistic health and wellness room, which is where Tanya works all of her magic. I like to think of this room as the heart of our facility. Health and wellness, beauty, they all start on the inside. I'm in this room every week. I alternate biofeedback with Reiki. Biofeedback is a great way to take a peek inside the body. Our bodies get off on a cellular level, and it's important to not only realize where you're off, but to harness and reset that frequency. Meditation, such a big thing. We all need to be better about taking a minute. I am the worst about getting still. I've got too many kids and a lot of work. So Reiki is guided meditation. You don't have to be a celebrity to feel like one. Our top-of-the-line Russian hair extensions provide a more natural feel, faster blow-dry time, and a full wait line. Real MC hair extensions are available to all stylists, and all extensions are available the same day. Come in and feel the difference for yourself.
Glam up your routine at Urban Glow Blow Dry Bar. Whether it's company or corporate events, weddings, girls' night out, family pictures, or you just want to get glammed, get blown out and ready to go out at Urban Glow Blow Dry Bar. located at 3415 North Loop 250 in the Borgata Shopping Center in Midland.
Welcome back to the Connect Show on Fox 24. Emily Chestnut, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Nice to see you today. Very excited to visit with you. And girl, by just the looks of the backdrop, you are definitely in the field of design. So very excited to learn from you. And yeah, it's beautiful. And you've really built a dynamic, fascinating design company. And I'm interested in learning more about how you kicked things off and got started, and how you can inspire the next woman that's looking to do what you did. So how did Emily Chestnut Designs come to be?
Emily Chestnut Designs came to be about 8 years ago, sitting in my kitchen, deciding if I'm going to really put myself out there and go for this. Scared to death, no confidence, very insecure. I would not be sitting here with you ladies doing this 8 years ago. I couldn't have done it. And just what this career has done for me has just boosted my confidence in who I am and knowing who I am as a person and what my talents really are and recognizing that.
And Emily, I heard you say about, not having the confidence. I think a lot of women struggle in that area. What really pushed you over the edge to finally have that confidence to step out there and do it?
I really think just going and doing my first couple of jobs and finding that people love their homes. And when they walk into their home and they see what you've done and transformed and, what was in their head came out that you completed, is just inspiring. And so I just thought, man, I think I've, found my knack, and I feel, it's late in life. I'm 44 years old. I mean, I never in a million years dreamt that I would be doing something like this that, I love.
Mm-hmm.
So I just say, go for it. You've got to put yourself out there.
And what are some misconceptions about design?
Misconceptions about designers are that you can't afford one. Honestly, I feel like you can't afford not to have one. If you're going to try to tackle, doing an entire house, you're going to walk in a store and be completely overwhelmed. You are going to, if you're like me, you like every design style that there is possible. And trying to bring all of that together is stressful. It's overwhelming. But that's what I do every day. So I take that off of you. And instead of making the mistakes of buying, an expensive piece of furniture that's not going to work in your home, let somebody who does this every day do that for you. Another one is that we get to shop all day and play with fabrics, and that's not it. There's a lot that goes into it.
Let's talk a little bit about apprenticeships. I actually have several friends locally that have some level of desire in the world of design. They want to do interior design, etc. And they've tried to connect with several people that are a few steps along in the journey, farther than them, but they're having a difficult time getting their foot in the door. So if you're not finding that local people want to bring you in to help you learn, what would be the first step for someone to get some education about this genre of business?
I would say research. I go on, and just getting inspiration from everywhere. And that's, so you're constantly growing with, what design trends are. I get inspiration from hotels, restaurants. I'm constantly taking pictures and looking around. And, if someone doesn't want to, kind of help the next person out, which I think is sad, because there's not very many of us here that do this. And I think that's one reason I'm so busy. I would love for someone to come with me and let me show you, day to day what this is all about. And, let me, help and pass some jobs on to you, because I can't do them all. Everyone, there's enough work here for all women. So.
You mentioned design trends, and I think a lot of times with Texas, we have a denominator, or if you want to say a stereotype, I think of dark, burgundy, the old trends. Has that gone away? What's trending? Is it new? The lights, the grays? What are you seeing?
The dark, the heavy has gone away. Now, I know a lot of people, we all had it. Luckily, it lasted a long time, because that was expensive. So a lot of times people don't want to get rid of, their big, dark, heavy bed. And so we just switch it out with some light bedding and, some nightstands to lighten it up. But as far as that trend, it's out the door. No red walls. We're just not doing a lot of the heavy faux finish anymore. Grays are in, but I'm kind of seeing that trend on its way out. It's more the white and the grays where you get a little bit of the taupe in there with it. But black pops of color is huge right now, and that's my favorite. I love anything that's funky and unique.
And speaking of color, Emily, I think you spoke into this, that often you can't afford to not have a professional. And in my opinion, especially with paint, if there's something I feel like I see people go wrong all the time and it's worth every cent, I think it's get a professional to pick your paint color. So what do you think on that?
Absolutely. I mean, paint is the number one hardest thing to choose. And you say gray, there are 5 million different grays. There's not just one white. There's not just one black. I mean, you have to know what color to use. And I think, having a professional opinion, there's lots of resources, on social media, Pinterest, you can put in, top paint colors and kind of go off of that so that you don't make that mistake, and, I'm always up for anybody just has a quick question. You don't have to hire me. I'm more than willing to give, advice so that we don't all make that mistake. Because I've made it. I wish somebody would have told me, hey, whoa.
So, Emily, let me ask you about wallpaper. Is wallpaper coming back? And, for your wall behind you, for an example, is that painted? Is that wallpaper? And is that something people can look to in the future?
Absolutely. It's wallpaper, and it is huge, and it is amazing. There are some of the most beautiful textured wallpapers. You just cannot even imagine the variety of wallpaper that you can get. And I don't say go crazy like we used to do where we, wallpapered our entire kitchen and put a fruit border up around or whatever. Pick an accent wall. Pick a small bathroom and make that room pop with your wallpaper, because you cannot go wrong with wallpaper.
So, Emily, if someone were to hire you or just wants to get in touch with you, what are some of the services that you offer if there's someone out there that wants to work with you?
I offer everything from new builds to remodels to one room at a time. Anything coming in and fluffing and using, the decor that you have. If you just need advice on, hey, I've got these tiles at my house and some paint, samples, can you just come swing by and take a look? It's a little 30-minute process, and you run by, pick it, and it's as big or as small as you want to go.
I like to call that customizable.
Yes.
And how can people get in touch with you, Emily?
I'm actually on Instagram and Facebook. It's under Emily Chestnut Designs, no T in the middle. And or they can email me at emilychestnut1@yahoo.com, or my cell phone. I'm always on it. So.
Coming up next, an entrepreneur went from direct sales and multi-level marketing to opening up a brand new local boutique that definitely has the inventory that will get you out of the house. Coming up, Sassy Sally's Closet. Yeah, a tongue twister. She's coming up next. We'll be right back.
Relationship, positive attitude, dynamic, success, and excellence. These are the values to ensure a stress-free and seamless mortgage loan. Hi, I'm Nikki with the Platinum Group at Benchmark Mortgage. As a residential loan officer with more than 17 years of experience, I know how to take the hassle out of the borrowing process and get you into the home of your dreams. My team is focused on building relationships, and we do whatever it takes to ensure a dynamic and successful experience every step of the way.
Are you looking for flame-resistant uniforms? Consider Rig ID Workwear. Here's 5 reasons why. There are no contracts. That's worth repeating. There are no contracts. Eliminate the hassle of lost rented garments. Corporate discounts are available for your entire workforce at Rig ID. Put an end to the hassle and stress of pickup and delivery of your company's uniforms. We offer full FR uniform products as well as boots, gloves, and accessories. Stop by Rig ID Workwear and start saving your company both money and time.
Welcome back to the Connect Show on Fox. Well, Sally Diaz, welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
Sally, it's so special having you on the show today for so many reasons. We were in Mary Kay together. I was able to watch you soar and build success in your direct sales business. And now I'm so excited and thrilled to watch you grow your very own boutique. You're calling it Sassy, Sally's Closet, and girl, I know you. So that's Sally. I love it. Sally, I love it so much. What made you interested in launching your own boutique?
You know, Natalie, life just gives us a lot of challenges all the time. And, you know, you have a dream. And as a Latina, you know, you want to go in and you want to do something fun, but then you always have that, what if I fail? What if I fail? And, you know, through our Mary Kay experience, you know, we're taught a lot of things to empower and just to get in there and do it. So I just had to get mad and make a decision, and that's what I did.
I love it. And, you know, before you hopped on in the first beginning of the show, Claudia really was talking about some interesting stuff, you know, culturally saying that, you know, for so many generations, she was taught to get married and be a mom and focus on those things, and transitioning into entrepreneurship was really kind of a new generational thing for her and many Latina women. So I think what you're saying is also impactful, because I think a lot of people may feel the same way you do about jumping into this entrepreneurial space. So I like that you touched on that.
It's a little scary, but you know, once you get your foot in there, and what do you have to lose? That's what I have to say. What do you have to lose?
Sally, you're so cute, and I'm guessing all the clothes you carry are really cute too. How do you choose what designers you're going to carry?
You know, starting a new business, it's really scary, but I did some research. There are some boutiques in here in Midland that are fabulous. And some of the boutiques are, you know, changing ownerships and whatnot. And I noticed that there was a line of clothing that was not going to be carried over or may not be carried over. So when I went to market for the first time, I actually targeted those vendors and asked them if they were going to continue to sell to our market. And they came up and said, you know, they haven't reached out. We're not selling that. We're not, you know, we're not partnering up. So if you'd like to partner up, then we would love to have you and continue that clothing in the market.
Awesome, Sally. You mentioned something earlier, just a short time, about the fear of failure. And Natalie and I had another project this morning that we were working on. And, you know, I think failure is such a scary word, but it's also an opportunity to grow and learn. There's really no failure unless you let it become who you are. So I love to fail forward, because that means that I'm growing and learning, and but it's scary. And so I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. But I know you're just now starting, and so that comes with a lot of obstacles. Is there something that you were not prepared for that you're having to learn how to overcome with the new business?
With a new business, when you go into a new vendor, you don't know when to expect the clothing to come in. So my grand opening was scheduled 2 months ago. Oh, wow. And less than 3 weeks ago, I received the first shipment. And not everything comes in at the same time. So that's one of the things that you really have to be prepared. If you're going to advertise and start opening a business, you have to be really careful. You have to have everything in-house before you actually open your doors. So, you know, behind me, I have a few items of a product, but I wish I had all of it. So that's the fear, and that's kind of be expecting the unexpected, and know that even if you have a shop, a boutique that you want to open, just make sure you're prepared with the smaller things. You know, we added some bags, handbags, we added some travel bags, we added, you know, some jewelry, things like that would bring the people in to get to know you and know that we're introducing a new product. So here it is.
Actually, this pandemic has kind of forced me to stay busy because I wasn't doing a lot of interviews with the whole, social distancing and stuff. Because as for me personally, I don't like to do the Zoom chats. I like to get up close and personal. So I kind of just took a break from doing the whole interviews and working on my blog. And I opened a boutique, an online boutique, something super small. I say something super temporary because once I get back to doing what I actually love to do, I don't think it'll stay for very long. But I do get the whole risking and the whole, you buy a bulk of things and you just pray to Jesus that it's going to sell. Where are you located? We want to know. We want to go shop.
I am at 1025 North Midkiff. It's right before you get to a Sonic and right across from O'Reilly's, if you know where that is. We are actually, the fun part about this entire boutique experience is that I am actually inside Distinctively Yours home decor. So you walk into a home decor and then you make your way back to my closet. So that's why it's, Sassy Sally's closet, because it's actually like a closet in here. So that's the fun part.
One thing that I think we all have in common is kind of finding where to put the point, the blank, and the period when it comes to finances and investing in your business. How much money is too much? We'll talk about that coming up next. So ladies, what do you say? When do you stop pouring in financially in your business?
If you're investing money into your own company and you have it, that's great. That's what we've done with the Connect. We've built it up, we've reinvested, we've grown it larger, but we never had to take out money from anybody to do that. And I think if you can create that space, it's okay.
Yes, amen. Girl, you better preach.
I think really it comes down to you invest only what you're willing to lose.
Coming up next week, Shauna and I are sitting down with Fox sportscaster Mike Hill about his new book, Open Mike. And he's talking a little bit about vulnerability as a man and how he was able to find love for the third time. Plus, as we are heading back to school, Christina and Krista, they get a break. We've been wearing these girls out for 2 years. So I'm excited for you guys to see who is filling in this fall. If you are a woman in business or a female entrepreneur that has what it takes to be at our table, we'd love to give you an opportunity to fill in for the fall. So we're excited about that. Can't wait.
Yes, and as Natalie said, we hope you enjoyed our show. We hope that it has encouraged you. If you'd like to be a part of our circle, we're always open for new members. All you got to do is go to theconnectonline.com, click join, and you become a member. And whether you're a member or not, we do have monthly masterminds and all is welcome. As a member, you do get to access to those masterminds free each month, and they are amazing. This month is going to be September 17th, and you don't want to miss it. And if you're not a member, you can still join us, and you just pay the monthly one-time fee, and you get to be a part of that. So we look forward to hearing from you.
We'll see you next week on The Connect Show right here on Fox. Bye.
You don't have to be a celebrity to feel like one. Our top-of-the-line Russian hair extensions provide a more natural feel, faster blow-dry time, and a full wait line. Real MC hair extensions are available to all stylists, and all extensions are available the same day. Come in and feel the difference for yourself.